For 2+ years, Hugh Freeze is out as head coach of the Auburn Tigers, and this comes on the heels of an embarrassing 10-3 home loss to a Kentucky team that was winless in conference play heading into the game. 3 points probably speaks for itself, but in that one, between two quarterbacks, Auburn had 123 yards passing. Ashton Daniels and Jackson Arnold were sacked 7 times. The loss dropped Auburn to 1-5 in SEC play, and Hugh Freeze's SEC record at Auburn to 6-16. Let's welcome in 12 Sports Director Rosie Langello, who is in Auburn. Rosie, I know you were outside the facility when players got the news. What have you seen and what have you heard?
Well, Davis, the players were called in for a team meeting just after 1 o'clock today, and Athletics Director John Cohen entered the facilities just before 12:30. So that player meeting took place, and then we were here, and our cameras were here when the players were exiting that meeting. I want to show you some of the video because a lot of you Auburn fans will recognize a lot of these players. Xavier Atkins was leaving the facilities along with Keldrick Folk and Cam Coleman. A lot of the guys were just crowding around their cars that were parked outside of the football complex, and that team meeting was being taken place with interim head coach DJ Durkin. Now, tight end Tate Johnson told Jason Caldwell of 24/7 Sports that it's a tough day. You know, he's been here for when Gus Malzahn and Brian Harsin was fired, but he says today, like days like today, will bring this team closer together. Now, Davis, I did not see Hugh Freeze anywhere near the facility while our cameras were here today, but just looking at the players that we saw, no one seemed somber, but we have seen these players really upset multiple times this season after these losses.
And you have to think that the body language within the fan base is similar right now. Last night we heard "Fire Hugh" chants and boos as he walked off the field for the final time. Freeze was asked what his message was to Auburn fans following the loss.
I wish I could ask for patience, but that's not really something that's that people want to give in this day and time, and I understand that. I just know that we're so dang close, and if we had a few things go our way earlier in the year, I think we're looking at a whole different deal. But it didn't, and that's life, and that's the game of football, and it teaches us a lot of great things and a lot of tough things.
Rosie, you were at the game as well last night. What did players say yesterday after that loss to Kentucky?
Well, players were obviously upset after that loss, and I asked quarterback Ashton Daniels, who got the start in that game, why he thinks that this offense just cannot score touchdowns. And he said, I don't really know, but they struggle in critical situations, and we've seen that multiple times this season. Now, Daniels also said that this locker room is ticked off. They do not like to lose, especially at home. They want to win these games. So a lot of built-up frustration that we've seen all season long, and obviously it coming to a boil today.
Yeah, and Rosie, we've heard the word close so many times this year. 4 out of the 5 losses in SEC play were by 1 score, but at some point you have to turn those into wins, right?
Yeah, and we thought that was going to happen this season because this roster is a lot better. When Freeze got here in 2023, he did build the roster up for sure. And I asked him at SEC Media Days this past July, like, hey, do you feel like it's a prove-it year, especially with the talent on this roster? And he said, yeah, absolutely. But Hugh Freeze didn't prove anything to administration and fans. In fact, he set the bar extremely high. And this is what he told the national media at SEC Media Days back in July.
I truly believe that in the playoff run, we're going to be in this discussion because I love this team. I think we've got to stay healthy, and you know, we need the ball to bounce our way a couple times this year instead of against us, I'm sure. But that's our full expectation. We embrace the fact that that is, you know, what Auburn should be in those talks year in, year out.
So, Davis, now the school is paying 3 former Auburn coaches over $52 million in buyout money, and Freeze is owed a little more than over $15 million from this buyout. Auburn will be on its 4th coach in just 7 years. So a lot of change coming here on the Plains. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we hear more.
No doubt about that. Thanks, Rosie. The Tigers still have 3 games to play this year, 2 of those against ranked teams, Vanderbilt and Alabama. We've learned that DJ Durkin has been named the interim head coach. Durkin served as the Tigers defensive coordinator since 2024, so it's his 2nd year on the Plains. Hard to blame the defense for that 1-5 conference record. The Tigers allow a little under 18 points per game this year, which is 4th best in the SEC. Durkin's been a head coach before, too. He led the Maryland football program from 2016 to 2018. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have more coverage from Auburn throughout the week.